So you've watched some of our videos and you understand that, you need to record your pros and cons and cost of living videos, but you don't necessarily know exactly what to put into those. Well, in today's video, we're actually gonna break down exactly what you need to put in your pros and cons video to make sure that not only are you holding people long-term throughout your videos, but also you can feel confident that you're giving the right information that people actually want to see. So if you want to learn exactly how to do that, stay tuned for today's video. Let's go. Hey, what's going on? Aaron here from the Real Estate Marketing Guys, as well as Revamped Real Estate. And if you're brand new to the channel, really quick reminder, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, so you get notified every single time we upload a brand new video here on the channel, because we're gonna do probably multiple versions of this video. Without further ado, let's jump into it. So let's break it down. How to record and what to incorporate into your pros and cons of living in insert market here. Now, there's two really quick things that I want to put out there really quickly before we get too far into this video. Now, the really cool part about a lot of the videos that we talk about, which by the way, if you haven't checked out the video of the 5 videos you need to create for your real estate YouTube channel, click somewhere above and we'll go ahead and link you over there. You can check that out after this one. But the cool part about a lot of these videos is that they're pretty much mostly opinionated. When it comes to the pros and cons, you're pretty much talking in your own experience, right? What are some of the things that you love? And then what are the things that you don't really love so much, right? And just being honest and transparent with people. So don't feel as if like anything that you put is wrong or right, because again, it's all your personal opinion of how you see it of living in your area, however long you've lived there, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing that you guys need to remember is, one of the biggest things that I get with current clients and, comments in these videos is people saying, well, Aaron, I don't want to tell people the things that aren't that great about the area because I might actually push them away. They won't actually move here. And I want to challenge you by saying, well, that's actually a good thing. The way that I think about it is if you're just talking to someone about like the sunshine and unicorns and rainbows of everything that it's like to live in your area, but you're leaving out all the important stuff that like people would necessarily not like, all that's going to happen is they're going to reach out to you. You're going to tell them that it's sunshines and rainbows. They're going to come and move their entire family there. And then they're gonna hate it because of X, Y, and Z. So don't feel as if, people are gonna say, oh, well, I'm not gonna move there because of this, that, and the other thing. More often than not, I'd say 9 times out of 10, when someone reaches out to us on one of our real estate YouTube channels, they thank us for the transparency and they thank us for the honesty, because that's what people are looking for, so that you don't come off as this really sleazy salesperson that's just hyping something up all the time. So those are the two things I wanted to get out of the way really quickly. Let's break down what should we incorporate into the videos. Now, again, this is what I remind everybody is when you're creating these videos and thinking of the topics to put in your videos, there's a couple different things that you can do. Number one is just think of your own personal experiences, right? And I think you don't necessarily have all of those things. Let's say you're doing 5 pros and 5 cons, which what we've found is probably worked the best. It comes out to about a 10 to 15 minute video. It's kind of hard sometimes when you're just like, okay, I need to come up with 5 pros and 5 cons. You're like, So the easiest way that I found it is instead of thinking about like, what do I need to incorporate to put in this video, just think about what do you usually tell someone when they're moving to your area, right? If they're coming from a referral or they're, coming from a Facebook group, they're coming from, an inbound phone call. You want to just basically give the viewers of these pros and cons the same information you would be giving to someone that is looking to move or relocate to your area. So that'd be kind of a starting point, right? Putting down the 5 pros and the 5 cons, or at least enough that you can think of. And then the other 2 resources that I would recommend is, of course, you have Google, right? You can go to Google and type in pros and cons of living in insert city, and you're gonna probably come up with a list, in most major markets anyway, of other people that have already kind of done this for you. Now, highly recommend to not rip it off and duplicate it, but to use it as some inspiration and see like where other people's minds are going, right? And a lot of times it might not be exactly this thing that you're going to talk about, right? But you might read something on the website, one of the pros, and then it starts to jog your memory of like, oh, we can talk about that stuff. And then you kind of come out on your own, go out on your own path. Now, the third resource that I've seen that has absolutely exploded and become really, really simple to make these videos is, especially this pros and cons, is posting up in either on your own personal Facebook or Instagram page, or also local buy and sell groups. Now, like I said, if you're doing it on your personal, you want to make sure that the majority of the people that are on your friends list actually live there or have lived there. That's why I say, local buy and sell groups are usually a really good place to go for it, because you can literally go into this buy and sell group on Facebook, just type in, on your market, buy and sell group in San Antonio or wherever your market is. I can almost guarantee you that there's dozens and dozens in your local area. The reason I say that is I didn't think there was any in my area, and I'd search it up and there was like literally 60 different groups. So you post it in there, and I would probably say like, you know, hey, or check the rules of the group, make sure it's all good to go, and then post it in there and say, hey, quick question for those of you that live in the area. What are some of the best and worst things about, you know, living here? And you will be so surprised how many people comment on these posts. Like sometimes we've done this and gotten hundreds and hundreds of comments because people love giving their opinion at the end of the day. Like people want their voice to be heard, especially if it's something negative. And keep in mind, because you're gonna get so many responses, you might have to disqualify a lot of those, or you could just make multiple versions of your pros and cons video, which at the end of the day, the more that you can incorporate pros and cons on your YouTube channel, it'll help you out a ton. Now the next portion here, and also stems off another really big question that I get pretty much all over the place, is, Aaron, do I need to go out and physically record these videos at the, you know, in my city, in front of my, you know, neighborhood sign, or in front of the city sign, or, you know, out in a major landmark? And the answer is no. I would definitely not recommend to do that for your first couple of videos for a lot of reasons, really. Number one is, we all know it's extremely intimidating sometimes, especially when you're first starting on video, to then go out there and in front of people that could be watching you. I mean, I'm literally in my office and recording, and that's where I do most of my videos, but it just makes it a lot easier, right? And then the second part of it is just that portion of it being easier and less time consuming. You can sit in an office or in your room, in your home office, or on your couch for, you know, 2 hours and bust out, let's say 5 videos, as opposed to going out and about and getting specific shots and B-roll and things like that is just ultimately gonna take you a lot longer, if you even get it done in the first place, because of some of the other things that usually hold people back. And then stemming right off of that, people always ask, well, do I need to go out into my city and get shots about what I'm talking about? So things like, you know, let's say the pro or one of the cons is really bad flooding, right? Do I need to wait till it rains to get flooding? And the answer is no. There's a ton of different resources out there, like, you know, one that we use is called Storyblocks. I'll leave a link down in the description for you guys to check it out. We're not an affiliate or anything. It's just the one that we use a ton. And you can get just a database of a ton of stock footage and stock videos that you can use for your first, you know, again, handful of videos to really get out there and just get the videos up as quickly as possible. Now you can go out and about, and my recommendation for doing that, and I was telling my business partner Brett a couple days back, because he has his own channel as well, and instead of trying to think about, oh, well, like putting together a shot list, I need to go do this and that and the other thing, create your pros and cons first, create the video first, and then listen back to the video, and then just take out different notes of what you think you can emphasize with B-roll that you would from the script itself. So there's a couple different tips of, you know, should I get B-roll, should I not, should I do it in my office, where should I record the video, things like that, and hopefully that helps. Now in terms of putting together your pros and cons video, that's pretty much it in terms of getting the information, but what I do want to leave you guys here with is our 5-step video framework really quickly, so you guys understand, you know, this is from beginning to end where we should go with the video. I put an entire like longer, like 10-15 minute video somewhere on screen that you can click, so make sure that you click that, but let's break it down. So step number 1 is going to be your hook. We're talking about the pros and cons of living in San Antonio, so we would start it off with basically saying that, hey, so if you're seeing this video and you're looking to move or relocate to San Antonio, Texas, and you want to learn the good, the bad, the ugly, everything you need to know, make sure to stay tuned for this video. Right? That's the hook. Now keep in mind, I wouldn't like go through and transcribe this and say those exact words, because it's just gonna come off scripted, but I would just use it and make it your own. So that's the first thing. The second part that you wanna go through is just your really quick intro. So the way that I would do it, hey, what's going on? Aaron here from ABC Real Estate. Like we said in the intro, we're gonna be going over the pros and cons of living here in the San Antonio area. And before we jump too deep into it, make sure that you do reach out to us if you have any questions whatsoever, or also subscribe to the channel to make sure that you get notified every time we upload a brand new video here about San Antonio, Texas, right? So there's your intro. And then you would just jump into the education portion of the video. So that's kind of step 2 and step 3 of the 5-step framework, is your hook at the very beginning, the intro of introducing you. Number 3 is gonna be your call to action, not only to reach out to you, but to also make sure that they subscribe and like the channel, things like that. Number 4 is pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna go through the 5 pros, the 5 cons, or whatever amount of number that you decided on in terms of those pros and cons. And the last one is going to be your outro, your wrap up, and then your further calls to action, right? So what that would look like is, you know, thanks so much for checking out this video. Like we said at the beginning of the video, if you are someone that is looking to move or relocate to San Antonio, Texas, make sure to shoot us a message, send us an email, give us a call. We'd be able to help out in any way possible. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you click the notification bell and the like button so YouTube knows to send our videos out to more people. So with that being said, have a great day and we'll see you on the next one, right? So that's, again, I did it a little bit faster than I normally would, but that's pretty much the 5-step framework. Again, check out the longer video somewhere on the screen so you can make sure you get that framework in a little bit more detail. And that's it. That is going to do it for today's video. Everything that you need to incorporate in your pros and cons video to see massive success and growth with your YouTube channel. With that being said, guys, anything else that you need, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.